Following the emergence of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), some stakeholders of the party are demanding the resignation of Senator Iyorchia Ayu, the party's national chairman. Atiku, who was the party's presidential candidate in the 2019 presidential election, defeated other aspirants such as Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Bukola Saraki, former Senate President, Governor Bala Mohammed, and others to emerge as the flag bearer of the party for the 2023 presidential election. Some stakeholders of the party who spoke with Daily Independent said, based on the PDP's zoning arrangement, both the national chairman and the presidential candidate cannot come from the same zone. Others also said during the meeting with PDP governors that led to his selection as national chairman, Ayu was made to sign an undertaking that if the presidential candidate emerges from the north, he will resign from his position to pave way for a new national chairman from the south. Speaking in an interview shortly after his emergence as national chairman, Ayu had said he's ready to make sacrifices to ensure the PDP wins in 2023 and will gladly step down if the party asks him to do so. He said, luckily, party positions are not tied to the position of executive and legislative positions. However, I'm a very democratic person and I will do everything to promote the interest and image of my party. If the PDP says I should step down after a presidential candidate emerges and happens to be from the north, I'll be very glad to do so because what we want is to take over the government and run the government in the interest of Nigerians. So, I'll sacrifice anything to ensure that my party wins. A former minister from the South, who is leading the agitation for Ayu's resignation, told Daily Independent that his group will begin moves to ensure that Ayu honors the agreement and resign. We have written a letter to the national chairman yesterday reminding him of the pact he had with the party leaders if our presidential candidate comes from the north. We will also begin to mount pressure on major stakeholders in the party across the country to ensure he abides by the agreement, he said. When Daily Independent contacted one of the governors who played a key role in Ayu's emergence, he said the PDP chairman can only be asked to step down after the conduct of the 2023 general elections. According to him, tampering with the existing party structures can be catastrophic. I don't see activating it now. It has to be after the election. If we win, then we can do rezoning. We can't suddenly change the party structure when we are planning for a major election. That would be catastrophic, he said. Sharing a similar view, Jim Agbaje, two-time governorship candidate of the PDP in Lagos State, also said it is not the appropriate timing to ask Ayu to step down at a time the party is preparing for a national election and governorship election in Ekiti and Osun in a few days' time. I believe that even the national chairman had said as much. In any case, mine is that if there's going to be a change or the national chairman is going to step down, I'm not sure if it will be at this point in time. It will be better after the general elections when our candidate wins. Then he will step down. But it is not the right time for him to do so when we have elections around the corner. The present national chairman is just settling down to office. We'll have a campaign ahead and it's going to be a rigorous one because we're in the opposition. We cannot afford to be changing guards now because it is not just the national chairman that would have to change. Based on our constitution, even our deputy national chairman will be changed because our constitution says that the first deputy chairman must come from the same zone as the national chairman. So it is going to create a lot of issues. And I think that if it is going to happen, it must be after the election when we emerge victorious. Then we know that we have a sitting president from the north and a national chairman from the south. On his part, Kola Olugbodiyan, the immediate past national publicity secretary of the party, said there is no sacrifice too big to make on the part of the leaders in order to ensure victory for the PDP in the general elections. It won't be a surprise because in the process of zoning the offices, I think part of the agreement then was that both positions, that is, the presidential candidate and national chairman, will be in a single zone. I don't know what the stakeholders of the party feel currently, but I think that there will be no sacrifice that will be too huge to make in order for us to win the 2023 election. If that happens, it will be a sacrifice in the interest of the party so that every group and every zone in the party will be carried along. Also speaking, Prince Diran Odeyemi, former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, said, while it is true that Ayu will have to step down now that Atiku has emerged as presidential candidate, it is left for PDP stakeholders to decide when he will do so. That is the normal and ideal thing that will happen. My take is that the PDP is a political party that has arrangements. It is our internal issue that is not the affairs of non-PDP members. Within ourselves, Ayu knows the right thing to do, and the PDP also knows the right thing to do at the right time. It is too early for us to say Ayu should resign. The whole thing is a process. At the right time, Ayu will leave the stage since we now have a Northerner as our presidential candidate. So the chairmanship of the party will automatically come to the south. When it will happen is what I cannot say now, but it is an arrangement that will and must definitely happen. Wow. Calls are being made right now for Iyorchia Ayu, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, to step down. Not just to step down, but he made that comment, he made that pact, he made that agreement himself that because according to the party constitution, both the chairman and the presidential candidate or the president, they cannot both come from the same region because the two regions have to be well represented. We know PDP went back and forth. They took a while before they finally decided on zoning, and it came as a shocker because it's the North that is in power right now. By 2023, Buhari would be completing his 8 years, and it's from the North. Ordinarily, the presidency should be going to the South. But even before PDP decided on their zoning, the likes of Atiku Abubakar, they've already purchased tickets. And that's what Wike was saying at that time, that he doesn't understand. The party has not even zoned its ticket. They've not concluded on zoning. People are already purchasing ticket. But who do you blame? It's the party that opened the sales of the ticket. If they didn't open it, nobody will be able to purchase. So it looks like they are fully aware of what they are doing. Anyways, Atiku Abubakar won the PDP's presidential ticket. He's from the North. The current chairman is from the North. Right now, he's been reminded of the pact, the agreement he made that if a presidential candidate from the North emerges, he would have to step down. We'll see how all of this goes, but some party chieftains are saying that it's too early. They are changing guards right now because it's not only Ayu that will be changed, other leaders will be changed as well. They are changing guards right now will be catastrophic for the party ahead of the general elections. Anyway, guys, let's hear your own thoughts. Leave us your take. Thank you once again for staying tuned. And please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again, more updates. Bye.